Hey everyone, this is a video for Glen's first competition of the year. It's down in Ocala. It's called Rocking Horse. It's the first time I've ever competed there, but seemed like a pretty nice venue, good cross-country course, and and a good atmosphere, I'd say. Had enough atmosphere, but also had a little bit of a relaxed feel and good warm-up areas, good footing. Not a great score in the flat. Glen, she struggles with the nerves a little bit, and I kept her a little bit over round. I would have liked to have had her more up and out, but anytime I would try to get her to that place, she just kind of grabs the reins and tries to pull them out of my hands. It's something she does out of nerves. Also, trying to figure out where her body is in the transitions. In the transitions, she would do that a little bit at home, but she's been schooling very well at home. But when she gets a little bit nervous, then her kind of go-to is to stiffen her body and try to pull the reins out of my hand. So kept the bit moving, kept her a little bit rounder than I would like, but she's got to learn to go into the ring and do the job, even if it's not the place you ultimately want to have them. So she just kind of stiffens and she grabs the rein quite hard. So I say, well, you gotta be softer no matter where you go. You gotta not just pull the rein out of my hands. So a little bit deep is where we ended up, and obviously not what the judge wants to see. So I think we were down in like 12th out of 15 on the flat, but it was a good starting point. I think she'll be better the next time, and despite that, she was definitely turning heads in the jumping phases because she was very, very good. We've done some schooling jumper shows, so the show jumping was the best, where she was the most relaxed, but she's already done that this year. She's already been out and done some show jumping rounds. There you see she's spooking at the cars and the trucks on the road. But the dressage hadn't been in a dressage ring yet, so a little bit of nerves there, and she had a little bit of nerves cross country, so she just needs to get out and do it, which is good because we'll be heading home, and the Area 2 calendar, they keep shifting some of our venues to the spring, which is nice. We have a lot of options in the spring, and I think the plan is to compete quite heavily, now that we have those options, and the footing is going to be good, and it's the best time of the year for footing. And it's just something that's very, very common for like places that have a lot of competing options. Like I know in a lot of the riders in England, they say with their young horses, they'll compete them 3 times in 10 days because they can. They'll do a Wednesday event, a Saturday event, and the next Saturday event. I know it sounds like a lot, but at these lower levels, it is schooling, and the thought process is if you only compete every month or every other week, that's not it's too long between schoolings for the horses to really learn the game. So you want to compete in clusters. So that's sort of the plan with her. I think it makes a lot of sense for a horse like her. She should kind of take a breath about it, do it frequently enough that it just becomes routine, and then in the summertime, when the ground starts to get hard, we'll just have a nice proper break. So there, survived the dressage, but show jumping around was quite excellent. Definitely the phase that she was most relaxed about at this event. She was the cross country again. That was the first time. I mean, we went cross country school, but that was the first time you kind of like leave the box and say, yeah, we're doing a round. And also, it's a new place. I would say all my horses were a little bit kind of getting used to. I don't know. It's not a hard place to compete, but every cross country course has its own character. Going through the Spanish mosses and going from field to field. I thought it was a nice course. I liked it. but they're getting used to it, and also getting used to the puddles. Um, she's very aware for sure, but that's all right. She had to cope and put us on an off distance there, but she was not bothered by it. But just showing really outstanding jumping form here, and a good quality canter, and a lot to like about it. But the plan is she's going to run, this is novice, she's going to run one more novice at Morven, and then likely move up to back up to training at Plantation, and then, like I said, lots of rounds so that she can settle into the routine and get used to the trade. I think I talked to one of the pros down here. She said she had a horse that was similar bred, and she said that her horse was a bit fractious, and it took a while, but I think they won the intermediate at this rocking horse, so she said it was well worth the time, and I think that's going to be the case for Glen as well.